Okay, we will start lecturette. Um, who is the volunteer? Any volunteer to take card number or own prepared topics?
Sir, for card number, that site is not opening.
No, now we are putting it on YouTube. Nikita,
Okay.
it is on YouTube. Now 20 cards are there. Slowly it will be built up.
Okay, okay, sir.
Similar topics, all are XSSB topics.
Okay, sir.
Hmm. Anyone who is willing to take card and then prepare or own prepare topic, whatever.
Sir, I'll take card and then prepare, but first I have to go to. Just give me 2 minutes.
Okay,
Just
okay.
1 minute.
No issue. You will get 3 minutes to prepare. Someone who is already prepared will speak first. You take card number 8, Nikita.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you have any issue, you can come back. Praneet,
I have prepared one topic.
you are prepared on some topic. Okay, good.
Yes.
Who else is
Sir,
prepared
but
now?
I need one volunteer first, sir. Then I will tell.
Okay, we always want someone before us to boost our own confidence, isn't it? Sanjivani, you are ready? Not yet.
Sir, actually, I just write my topic, so
Okay.
sometimes I prepare.
Sudarshan, how is your preparation? Sudarshan,
Yes, sir.
how is your preparation?
Yes, sir.
Ready for
It's
SSB?
good going, sir.
Okay. You're prepared on some topic or not?
Yes, sir. I prepare some card number and topics.
You are ready now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will ask someone to keep time. Subodh?
Sir, I skip the. I keep them.
Okay, you keep the time, Sanjivani.
Yes,
Sudarshan,
sir.
you can go ahead. Then Nikita will be there.
Okay, Sudarshan, you start.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Today I chosen the topic is India and China relationship. So, India and China relationship as the very important subject all of us. All of you know China is the northeast country and India and China were 3045 kilometer long border. So we have to get almost 38% world population. These two are world fastest growing economies. So when we talk India response to Chinese threat, it was the two major dimensions. One is uh, one is preparation to standoff and out dealing devising to weapon threat China. The very cordial ancient cultural relations with China. So after India and China in 1962, relations between nations did not remain constant. So friendly do not in pricks by China. So China had made notable effort and build up currently most experts are more than $2 billion. So which is make China world fifth biggest arms suppliers. So after achieving all this, China was now adopt a very dominating attitude and not only a penetrating to India. So presently, China is a preeminent powers in the Indo-Pacific. Is even relevant to underestimate that biggest market in world. So India economics, China was also biggest market in the world also. And also as the India also biggest market in the world. Then if we are understand the economic defense budget in China relation, so we are generally consider that it is the normally to say it is the biggest impact in our world. So it's uh, makes sense, huh?
Sudarshan, now in the final stage, you are about to face SSB. Don't lose confidence. Be confident. Content wise, you are thinking that you are not having enough content. It can be recalled if you organize your thought process. Before starting, have 4 5 important points in your mind, and those are to be organized well. Okay, practice more. When you are starting, I think you are leaving this weekend.
Yes, sir. In this week, on the 1st August, I will leave for
Okay.
Kapurthala.
See, you have energy, you have loud voice when we have offline class. Your confidence, I can see more. But where you need improvement, firstly, some pronunciations, flow of your speech. It will come with confidence and content. You have to organize it well. Now, Indo-China relationship and topic. This is important subject. Some or other question here and there, or GD, or lecturette, or interview. You are expected some kind of participation. Something will be there. So we should be reading more and more, and be prepared on such topics. 4 5 points at least one should have. Okay. Now China is very very ambitious country now in the whole world, expansionist mode. Everywhere they are having disputes on borders. They are showing their intentions. They are trying to show to the world that they are most economically powerful country. US is also now assuming it is a threat at the world level. And that is how trade war we discuss. That is how Ladakh issue had become little hot. That is how Taiwan issue is hot. Hong Kong related things, or even if it comes to Sri Lankan economic crisis, again China is blamed at international level. But they are very, very arrogant in the international scenario. They are not ready to listen to anyone. They are moving ahead with their ambitious plan of becoming the most powerful country by 2049. They have got their own policy ready. They have, like we think, Atmanirbhar Bharat, $5 trillion economy. They have their own agenda, ambition. They want to be most powerful socialist uh, and communist country. 2049 is their target year. By 2030, they want to expand their naval reach, space industry, army as such. They have done many developments. Their projects are going hand in hand. Their corporate sector and scientific sector, military sector, all are aligning. So they are ruthless in their policies, and they don't listen to anyone at the international level. As such, the Chinese premier is a lifetime premier now. He has declared lifetime. So that itself gives so much of robustness, the steadiness, stability. Whatever policies they will take, they don't have any internal opposition. This is a big difference. They will be ruthless in implementation of their agendas, policies, foreign related issues. So this is a difference, and world is watching. World is very uh, little worried about Chinese policies because they are not cooperative. Okay, we'll talk more on that. Okay, Nikita, ready?
For the
Yes, sir.
Okay,
conclude point, I want to say, if you
okay,
permit.
say. Okay, go ahead.
Sir, I think presently China is the prominent power in the Indo-Pacific. Is even revealing the United States globally. China wants to gain control on Arunachal Pradesh and Ladakh, which is in asset to her territories, and that were taken away from the China through unequal treaties. So in the past, but this assertion obviously poses a big threat to India. China wants to regain her globalized past to acquiring these territories, and India obviously cannot give away the areas of China. So this situation has been main reason for the tension between India and China. So apart from this, China has taken a number of other action and as well as to annoy India. Even in the recent past, India did reach out of to China, build cooperative and peaceful relation. But China is continues to display her military power and dominating attitude. I think it's concluded, man.
Okay. Minor correction. Arunachal and Ladakh, they may claim anything. That is our part. In fact, we have to take back Aksai Chin. We have to take back many more areas in POK. So they may claim anything, like two farmers fighting with each other. Someone may claim anything, whatever is belonging to legitimate belongingness of any possession. India will never compromise. We will never compromise. So it is their agenda, their dadagiri at world level. They want to show that this is ours, that is ours. For even when Indian Prime Minister Vishesh Dalai Lama, they object it. Someone official visits Arunachal Pradesh, they keep objecting it. This is some kind of diplomacy, a little aggressive diplomacy, and it will go on. Like they say, you need visa for visiting Arunachal Pradesh. This is all diplomatic stunt, and India is not giving any great importance to these silly threats, and that is how they are now worried. India has given a good reply when it happened. The incident happened in Galwal. They were not probably not anticipating that such kind of aggressive response will come from India, and maybe they are taken back, but we cannot take them lightly. Chinese are a very very suspicious country. Nobody can rely on them. Already we suffered a big blow in 1962. So biggest lesson from past history as far as Indo-China relationship goes, Chinese cannot be trusted. They cannot be trusted. The whole world
Yes,
acknowledges
man.
now. Okay, Nikita ready?
Yes, sir.
Sudarshan, keep time.
Oh, yes, sir.
Can I start, Sudarshan?
Yes, you can start now.
Okay, good evening, everyone. The topic which I have selected for my lecturate is mobile phones, a friend or foe. First of all, let's see what are smartphones. So the phone which has got the multiple functions, and it which has also got the internet connectivity, that phone is usually called as smartphones. Before, in old times, it usually happened that the people to people contact among the different continents was not possible. Only high diplomats used to meet each other. But now, with the help of smartphones, today I can make a call to my friend who is sitting in the US, while I myself sitting in my country or city. So I think this small device has multiple functions in it, like we use calculator, camera, then calling, storage, and listening songs. So it plays a very important role in our day-to-day life. Even with the help of this smartphones, one is able to establish his business, and they can spread all over the world with the help of internet. But everything comes at a cost. So definitely smartphones have some advantages and disadvantages too. So talking about advantages, then definitely they make our life easy. Then they have these phones have connected the world. Then with their spare parts manufacturing hubs, one can definitely generate the employment and can contribute to the nation's GDP. After that, as we all use social media on smartphones, so definitely with the help of social media, justice can also be served with. simultaneously, if we talk about the disadvantages of smartphone, then excessive use can lead to the health problems. Then again, as I mentioned, social media. Then I think with the help of social media, wrong messages could be spread very fastly, which can lead to the riots and which can hamper the peace of the society.
Last
Besides
30
that,
seconds.
e-west, we are heading towards e-west. So for that, we can increase the durability by using the phone for the extended period. If any problem happens, so we can definitely repair it. So lastly, I just want to conclude that just uh, concluding that whether smartphones are really a friend or foe, that would be incorrect. But definitely, if it is used in the personal capacity, just by remembering our value system, then definitely these smartphones can do miracles. Thank you.
Time up.
Okay, good, Nikita. Very simple yet important topic. In some or other form, it may reflect in group discussion or lecturette, or even in some kind of social angle from the interview point of view, some kind of comments. And more than that, forget about exams in our life. It has got a significance. We should not become slave to this thing because invariably we are getting entangled, trapped in our daily schedule and becoming slave to this smart thing. We are not remaining smart. We thought we are smart, but we are losing our smartness to this smart device. This phone is actually everything. It can entertain us, it can be friend for us, it can be everything for us because you need not to read a book now. You don't need watch. Don't need TV. You don't need any landline phone. You don't need any laptop now. You name a utility, it is there. So it is a friend. There is no doubt about it. It is one of the best friend. It can solve any need. It can look after any requirement an individual may have as a student, as a teacher, as a scientist, as a researcher, any profession. A person will have best friend in smartphone. But now the problem is how much screen time, how much we should give time. That is a line to be drawn. And this wisdom is difficult because it becomes some kind of addiction. And when it becomes an addiction, then the line is cut and it becomes foe, enemy. This is very important to understand because moment that line is crossed and it has now started affecting us adversely in society at individual level, for nation, for societies, for organizations, it becomes a problem. You see, at family level, everyone is worried, relationships are at stake. At organization level, if employees are not really managing the time well and getting addicted to phones when in office unnecessarily, that is also a problem for organizations. In friendships, for a nation, for a society, if the public are not using their common sense, sensibility, responsible behavior, then it may create problems, as Nikita was highlighting. Within no time, it can divide the people, it can bring chaotic atmosphere, it can create riots, it can really topple governments. So, this is a big threat. Okay, who is next?
Sir,
Sanjeevani. Okay, Nikita, keep time.
Sanjini, you can start.
okay. Good evening to all. Today my lecture topic is interfaith marriage of India in India. So first of all, over the century, casteism and religions has provided in India. Despite several laws and social stigmas, for interfaith marriage still exists in the India society. Several state government have shown concern about enacting proper law to stop marriage, which they refer to as a law jihad. Uh, however, however, uh, However, law over interfaith marriage directly voids several rights of people, such as right to freedom, personal liberty, and right of life. Then interfaith marriage, the matrimonial relationship developed between individual having a different religion faith, or through marriage into a different religion as a matter of choice of order. There are certain issue regarding the same. uh, but there's some issue with interfaith marriage. First, interfaith marriage are believed to force conversion of the spouses, mostly in women. As per the Muslim personal law, in order to get marry a non-Muslim, conversion of religion as the only way. Then Hindu religion allow only monogamy, and those who want to marry second time take another course. There is no provision regarding caste determination of children born out of such marriage. But the Special Marriage Act 1954 is not compatible with the backwardness of the society. There is a doubtable over the valuability of Article 226 in a context of the interfaith marriage by High Court. The Special Marriage Act is a special law enacted to provide for a unique form of marriage by the registration, where is the party to marriage do not have to renounce their religion. This act included Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, Buddhist, Buddhist marriage.
30
This
seconds
act
left.
also this act is also applicable to Indian state expected Jammu and Kashmir. But the some requirement is, first is the fundamental requirement, and this act for a valid marriage is the concern of the both parties of marriage. So lastly, I want to conclude that the marriage of two adults is a complete matter of their own choice. Neither a law is to impose any decision or nor any individual freedom of decision for her,
Time
and
up.
his marriage shall with the personal only. The need is to expected the fact. Thank you.
Okay, Sanjeevani. Important social topic, marriage. Firstly, marriage is a very, very important event in individual's life. From the society perspective, it is an important phenomena. From the human civilization point of view, it is an organized activity which is must. It must go on. You see how it is developing or evolving. In our ancient times, these ceremonies or these functions, these kind of events, they had some kind of culture base understanding in civil societies. Thereafter, the pattern keeps on changing. Today we see, as we are coming closer as a global single entity. Now every place is well connected because of education, because of jobs. People are stepping out of their local areas, moving out to other states, moving out to other nations, other continents. So see, now we are getting mixed up, and so will be the effect on this very, very important aspect of society, that is marriage. And marriage is very important for the longevity of human survival. Marriage, this particular aspect has to continue in the best possible way. And what Sanjeevani was highlighting about laws and legalities and freedom, some uh, personal aspirations of people, these all things are important. But as a nation has to monitor these issues. There are many demands as far as the marriage issue goes. Society is also evolving. Maybe in everyone's home, if you go back and look into three generation back, there was no question of interfaith marriage. Today, around us, there are many relatives, many amongst us. You will find that it is becoming little easy. Marrying little away in distant relations, crossing some boundaries of religions, caste, creed, has become much easier. Only thing, the Standardization in these things, institutionalization should continue to happen. It should not become totally chaotic. Marriage should be for longevity. It should not be a temporary um, thing like you wish you have a marriage, you break it. That should be controlled. From that angle, also, governments will think because time will come when there are issues of sustenance of this marriage. Interfaith marriage is a very, very important subject, but then sustenance of marriage is very important, essential from our existence point of view, humans' existence point of view. Okay, good. Who is next?
May I? Jay is there, sir.
Okay, Kartik, and then we'll go to Jay. Okay, Sanjivani, keep time.
Yes, sir. Just a minute, Kartik.
Kartik, you were not there yesterday. You could have come.
Uh, was it the offline session, sir?
Yes. Keep watching the group messages. Okay, Sanjuni,
Yes,
give
sir.
the
You can
signal.
start.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My today's topic is cybercrime. So, what is basically the cybercrime? Cybercrime is any criminal activity which occurs in the cyberspace, which involves a computer which has internet on it and is connected to different computers through the network. Such as cybercrime involves committed such as trafficking, harming the intellectual property, stealing identities of people, violating privacy, uh, pirating different things online and marketing it, and child pornography. Uh, Generally, the cyber crimes committed at individual level are email and internet frauds, where uh, some people uh, do frauds like they ask you to give us a certain sum of money, and these are the general email and internet frauds. Then the identity frauds, then theft of financial or card payment data, where your financial data is used and you are asked ransom for it. Then there are the cyber extortion, which is extortion at the cyber level. Then there are ransom attacks for certain for your data, which is with the hacker or any person who is committing the crime. Cyber The problem with the cyber crime is that uh, it has crossed boundaries where people can hack your information and pirate your information from long distances. So the problem here comes is that if a person is sitting in a different country and you are in a different country and your information gets stolen, so the problem is that which law would be applied to your which law would be applied, and international laws. So if the thing is not for example, if child pornography is not a crime in UK, but in India it is a crime. So, in this sense, the person does not do crime at all. Internet provides multiple hideouts to the victims. Ethical hackers could help the governments and could help the individuals to find the system loopholes and cover them. Strict actions against this crime should be taken. Individual can take some steps such as using antivirus, updating their softwares regularly, uh, no clicking on unnecessary links which you get through emails or attachments from the spams, uh, not sharing personal details unless they are very required. Thank you.
Time up.
Okay, good, Kartik. You are going well. Uh, Come with different topics, prepare, and then come to a stage where you can pick up card and speak spontaneously. Everyone has to uh, go through this journey that you are becoming confident. When you speak, I'm not insisting on video to be on, but when you are practicing, have belief that you're organizing your thoughts, you're not referring. Come to that stage where you have points in mind and you are able to express it well, organize it well. Systematically, you are going, smoothly, you are going. This practice I am expecting that everyone is getting. So it is up to you how seriously, diligently you do the practice, because this will go long way. You are becoming a potential leader, future orator in your life. This will help you throughout your life. So good. Points wise, content was good. Cybercrime is the biggest challenge in times to come. This challenge, probably nobody is able to imagine what will be the level of cybercrime, where it will lead. For example, today police department, it is just trying to catch up with this phenomena. Slowly they opened economic offenses wing for economic related cyber crimes. When there are social crimes on cyber world, there are so many issues. Firstly, the expertise required in police department, that is not there. Infrastructure, by the time you catch someone, it is difficult to get the evidences and all those things, which in a normal sense, if you see a crime happens, physical crimes at one place, it is easy to catch, produce someone. But here is a world where someone is connecting from a distance place, and rules and regulations of that originator, rules and regulations at the destination, they are not matching what Kartik was highlighting. So it is a complex phenomena. When we are coming together for pollution control, environment related issues, terrorism, maybe the biggest cooperation and coordination at world level is required is in cyber arena, because now, when on one hand we have best of the use of cyber platform, worst use is also, it has already started. The wrong reasons are already getting results. All the terrorist related organizations are getting together in cyber platform. They are doing their planning, everything, and it is difficult to monitor because nobody has to come and physically meet, travel. They are from distance operating. Very, very challenging time ahead for the technology related people, the law and order agencies, and the governments. For our peaceful existence, it is the biggest threat in future. On one hand, we have best of the facilities through internet, but it is going to be the worst of the domain and creating threats for all of us. Okay, who is next? Jay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Abhaya, after Jay. Jay, you will be loud and confident. Feel about it.
Okay, sir.
Okay? Karthik, keep time.
Okay, sir.
You can start, Jay.
Good evening to one and all. Today's my lecture topic is Ukraine attack. Uri attack. In 2016, Uri attack was carried out on 18 September by four terrorists, Jashim Mohammed terrorists from Pakistan against the Indian Army Brigade headquarters near to town of Uri in the Indian Union Territory, Jammu and Kashmir. 19 Indian soldiers were killed in the attack of 19 at attack. 1913 was injured. It was reported by the BBC as having been the deadliest uh, attacks. Since 2015, the terrorist has been taken to the high-profile Predator attacks, suicide attacks against the Indian security force in the 2000 in July 2015. Three terrorist attacks, a bus and a police station in the Guratspur, and earlier in 2016, 4 to 6 terrorist attack in the Pathankot Air Force Station in India authorized blame Jashim Mohammed for the latter attacks. Also, night 8, 8 July 2016, the India states of Jammu and Kashmir has been undergoes continuous unrest following the killing Buharawani in a terrorist leader at the local commander of Hizb ul Muhammad. The killing sparked violent protests against the Indian government at around 5:30 a.m. on 18 September. Four terrorists attacked in an Indian brigade in the headquarters of in Uri near the line of control in pre the one ambush. They were said to have lobbed 17 grenades in 3 minutes. As a rear administrative base camp with the 10 squads fire 17 army personnel were killed during the attacks and the additional 19 to 30 soldiers were reported to have been injured. A gun battle in full last 6 hours during the which all our four terrorists were killed. Combining operation continued to flush out additional terrorists to be and alive. Most of the soldiers were killed from the 10th Battalion, Durga Regiment, 10 Durga, and the 6th Battalion, Bihar Regiment, 6. One of the injured soldiers succumbed to his injuries on 19 September
Last
are
30 seconds.
in RR Hospital in New Delhi, followed by another soldier 24 September, bringing the death to all 19 soldiers. Casualty permanently blue. Thank you.
Okay, Jay. Jay, you will record one 3 minute video and send me. Okay, selfie mode. Jay.
Okay, sir.
We want improvement. Now I feel, Jay, improvement is stagnant. You are not paying attention to your own improvement. Hmm? Topic selection, select different topics. This is important military topic, but it is a specific Uri attack topic, which is unlikely to come in SSB in that sense where it will be a lecture topic. In general, it will be Indo Pakistan relation or in some kind of context you will speak this. Okay, Jay. Uri
Okay,
attack
sir.
is very very important chapter when it comes to Jammu and Kashmir. All the episodes there are few important incidents which has resulted in some major policy changes or the government took stringent action or some kind of bold decisions. So Uri attack is from that perspective to the extent that a movie is made, Uri. So all these things gives prominence, but you have to be from the prepared from the exam point of view that what is the level of preparation required. Secondly, when you are practicing, practice should be meaningful. Give a chance to yourself to judge how you are performing in practice. Have your maybe a person who is trying first time can have a cheat on that 5 6 10 points you can refer, but within 5 to 6 practices you should be throwing away cheat system and you should be giving a natural lecturate without referring anything. This is an expected preparation line. If you are really heading for SSBs, um, in a serious note, uh, to pass, to make yourself comfortable from the public speaking point of view, because as such this is not only limited to SSB, it is our lifelong achievement. If you develop this good speaking ability on different topics, social, political, military, all kinds of technological related things, so it will be a beautiful process you will be going through in this age. Okay, Jay.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
I
Abhaya
will
ready?
try it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Jay, keep time.
Wait just a second. You can start now.
Okay, so good evening everyone. My today's lecture topic is corruption in India. So corruption has visually distressed Indian economy. The central, state, or local government agencies are constantly suffering due to increasing the corruption. Not only the economic is facing the huge loss, but gearing development of India has also wanted breakdown due to corruptions. So studies shows that almost all Indians have paid bribe to get a job and admission in education. In education, 50% Indians has also offer bribe and use their contact uh, public sector or government sector related work for quick work. Indians trucking industries is it's also one of the areas um, one of the area in Barbie. The peoples are forced to pay billions of rupees at highways and police stops. So corruption Indians have also been a witness sending the back monies into their swims back account. Politicians, industrialization, government officials, properties dealers, and contractors are assured for being highly corrupt. And taking out the current scenario, a person is looking for government job or admission in any institution without satisfying the education qualification, offering a price to work quick and well. So basically, India is ranked improve one place to 85 among 180 countries in corruption perception index of 2021. People's offering bribe to get the government official. There are complex tasks to complete in short time span. In fact, 60% of the people getting drive license from the agents get their license without attending exams. The disbursement of welfare benefits directly the
Last
citizens
30
under
seconds.
various schemes of the government in transport manager through the direct benefits and transfer the initiative implementations of the e-training in public procurements, introducing of the e-governments and simplification of the procedures and systems. Everyone unaware about the tax payment or government processes should learn
Time up.
about the Right to Information Act. So, lastly, I want to say corruption is the worst evil of the any society. So all necessary steps must be taken to eradicate this evil. Not only the ruling classes, but sometimes even the weaker section of the society are also blamed. Thank you.
Okay, Abhaya. Mm, good. This topic is important from our nation point of view, society point of view. Today we see if corruption is not handled well or it is not removed, nation can collapse. There are many examples, but more so, the nearest example is now Sri Lanka. One of the major reasons for such a crisis situation is corruption. It was the biggest contributor for this fall. In India, if we have to name enemies or the factors which we have to overcome, so it can be at external front, Pakistan, China, we are fighting with them directly or indirectly. But internally, what is the biggest challenge for all of us is the corruption. This is literally, in hindsight, everyone would think why it is existing in the 75th year of celebration now of a freedom, and still it is existing. It is shame on all of us. It is not at all um, tolerable that we are still persisting with such a rampant corruption scenario. Very difficult to digest. In fact, our country would have been different had this corruption was not there. You name a sector, it is there in whatever different degree of variation. It is there. Very few sectors are little clean. Very few. But then, who are the people who are involved in corruption? Indians. They are not Pakistanis. They are not Chinese. We are on external front, preparing ourselves to fight our enemies. But there is a big enemy within nation, and this corruption is the biggest challenge. What Abhaya was highlighting, worst evil existing around us, within us. So maybe you all are kids, you all are going to settle in your life. If the future of India, that is you, decide that at least you will support corruption free nation, corruption free society, at least not contributing towards that evil. and countering rather fighting against it, like Gabbar is Back movie. That movie is highlighting it in a very systematic and simple way. Similarly, all kids today decide that we need to, if we really love our country, then that love probably is to be reflected in removing this corruption from all the segments. And corruption is a way of your thinking. Many corrupt people even don't know they are doing corruption because it is accepted thinking that this is okay, everyone is doing. For example, mm, dowry. It is also a corruption, a social crime. So it is probably some people take pride that this much was a dowry, this much was given, these are the items given, and in fact displayed. So it is how you look at it. Okay, Abhaya, feel about better delivery of speech, sentence formation, little modulation, and pronunciations, little deliberate one. Okay, now next stage
Okay, sir.
you have to graduate to next stage. Just be
Yes,
more
sir.
serious and deliberate how you are speaking. Okay, Abhaya.
Okay, sir.
Some
Next
of
time I will care for that.
Yes, some of the pronunciations. See, all of
Sure,
you,
sir.
it should not happen that this is another 3 minutes you have spoken. No, this is next 3 minutes you have spoken towards betterment. Always have this feeling and realization at the end of the delivery of topic. Okay, Ansh, you want to speak?
Yes, sir, I want to.
Okay, Abhaya, keep time, and maybe thereafter,
Yes, sir.
who is there? Renuka. I think Renuka will be last. Subodh is there. Renuka and Subodh. Okay.
Good evening, everybody. May I start?
Yes, you can start.
Good evening, everybody. My topic for today's lecture is women empowerment. The women who are enough job have to also fulfill the job responsibility while managing home and family. The life of women is very hard, but she gets little or no appreciation. There are a lot of women who are extremely talented and multitasker but have no recognition in the society. One of the major hindrances in the growth and advancement of women is gender equality. This means that we treat male and female unequally even for the same task. This is generally in the case of rural societies. A male child is always encouraged by a family to go to school, while the female child is told to learn household works. As divorce is still a taboo in Indian society, many women are suffering from the abusive marriages that happen in their area. As they are not empowered, they fear to stand up for their right. If we have to empower women, then domestic violence has to be stopped at any cost. As females were given poor education or no education, they are also not able to get good jobs. Thus, either they have to stay at home or do less paid jobs. Thus, the male always remains the bread earner of the family. So, the woman hardly gets in economic independence. If we wish to see a nation that develops economically on the global front, then it's very important to have women empowerment in our country. The actual women empowerment will come by making the women economically independent. The women empowerment also means when the society will accept women as well as decision makers from the economic and financial decisions of the family. We shall encourage women from all sections of society to make their own decisions. They need not to take permission from the men. Quality education is the key to women empowerment. Slowly, with the increase in literacy level and awareness, society has started giving importance to education. Many parents today want to educate their daughter equally as their son. Many women today are scientists, lecturers, collectors, etc. The government and several NGOs are making efforts to empower women by creating awareness.
Last 30 seconds.
The women, the government is running a large number of projects for the educated and skill development of women so that they can get economic independence. Thinking of society is slowly changing. More and more number of women are getting a quality education, but the true mean of women empowerment will be achieved when gender equality will be eliminated. We need to give e- equal opportunities to men for equal pay, equal respect, as well as to men.
Time up.
Thank you.
Good, Ansh. Content wise, very good. One hint, we have to, if possible, in the topic, if we can use some live example. Women empowerment, naturally, a thought should come to our mind. Today, a new president has taken oath, a woman, and that to a woman from a tribal belt, a woman who has come long way at the national level, now has become the first citizen of a country, which probably is a landmark day to day. So this is probably, if we compare two topics, one was corruption a while back, and another is women empowerment. Women empowerment has come up to a greater extent in free India. Corruption has gone the other way around. Probably our freedom fighters would have imagined that Britishers were doing corruption in a way. They were looting us. And the wildest dream, they must not have thought that our own people will loot our own people, same citizens. So these are the two social issues which are actually we can compare. Corruption is going out of hand. Women empowerment to greater extent is happening. It is happening. We are opening our defense doors. NDA is opened. Today, every sector is opened. And the great day. It is a coincidence today. Uh, Mrs. Draupadi Murmu has taken the oath as the 15th president of a country, second woman president. This is a great sign of our democratic win. Secondly, social empowerment, women empowerment. You see a tribal woman just 75 years back, no place in society actually. Tribals had almost no place. Today, they are on top. Anybody can reach on top. This is a beautiful scenario as far as the democracy goes. But then we need to see it further, boost it, help it. Tomorrow, you will also be a beautiful part of this society. When Ansh was highlighting domestic violence, in our home, we should be treating our mothers, daughters, sisters, wives in a equal way. Around us, when there are women, girl, the colleagues, class or college, wherever you see, and if the that distinction finishes, the gender distinction finishes, all are equal, and that is probably a great scenario. And I feel future India will have a very very equal platform for every gender, every caste, community, religion. This is going to be a real democratic win. Okay, good. Renuka, ready? Renuka,
Yes, sir.
you are ready or you require time?
No, sir, I'm ready.
Okay. Be little loud and slow. Let's see you get that optimum speed. We need to work upon your speed. Okay. Ansh, you can keep time.
Yes, sir, I can. Just a
Okay.
second. You can start now.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. For today's my lecture topic is population in India, its merits and demerits. As you all know, over the course of history, the world has seen like a rapid population growth. So it has enabled a rich, diversified culture also, and help us improve in technology wise, innovation wise, living standard wise, and all that.
However, population growth always comes with a cost. And for now, as we all know that in the recent reports released by the United Nations says that India will surpass China as the world's most populous country in 2023. The world population is also estimated to reach about of a 8 million, 8, sorry, 8 billion of a landmark right now. We all know that how population is advantages and disadvantages as per our living standards. We all know, but as concerned with India, we all know that the most thing that we look after of population growth is its disadvantages. And as we all know that already one fourth of the population lies below the poverty line currently in India, and still there's hope for improvement in poverty. There's exploitation of natural resources, unemployment, food problem scarcity are some of the key disadvantages that are looked after as we look towards population growth. There is a low per capita availability of extra like the essential resources, basic necessities, and also there's a competition for survival. Hence, becomes more tougher and mostly for the middle class and lower middle class and the people below poverty line. There's a burden over the economy as well as as well as the nature, because uh, in the way to acquire and to acquire more and more resources for a considered population, the more and more human race is determined to exploit the nature, which also results in pollution and also a lot of carbon emission. But yes, there are few advantages of population growth also that that if looked after in a key process can be modified and turned this human this human workforce, increasing human workforce into a good human capital. As we all know that increasing population can also be determined as a more taxpayers for our countries. That would be good. That would be great for the Indian economy as well. But if channelized properly and if with a better education opportunity and employment opportunities, these can be considered as a positive growth for India. We all know that now, as we are
Last
progressing
30
towards
seconds.
a developed country to become a developed country, we have many applications, machines considering new innovations to reduce per human work. But I guess for us, it is not a factor to reduce human work, because we can consider humans as a capital for us and invest in them. Like for example, we have outsourcing companies in the IT sector, as India is one of the major outsourcing partner for most of the developed nation companies.
Time's
We
up.
can mostly focus on farming. That is the biggest aim, biggest people, a lot of people are including in it. So likewise, there are many sectors that if looked into and channelize this human effort into, can result for India's uh, better world level position, though with the increasing population also. Thank you.
Okay, Renuka, good. Content wise, good. Conclusion can be more smart, more mm, impactful, always, because see, once you are very comfortable to organize content, to speak well, English wise, no problem. So once you reach to that stage, then you should be using smartness for introduction and conclusion also, because these are the advanced stages. Utilize that. Okay, Renuka, especially conclusion. You should be
Yes, sir.
doing that, because that will add more impressive um, mark on the audience. Even GTO is looking for, because that is the test where first time you are standing like a leader, then another time will be command task when he will be interacting with you, and command task as such you are solving as a leader. So lecturate is one area where you have to prove that, because group discussion you may get suppressed in GP, other places, never know how things go, PGT. But lecturate and command task, these are two areas where GTO is observing individually. So this is one place where you can actually showcase, okay, I have OLQs in me. So everyone, you all must understand during SSB what is the importance of every test. Okay, good. Population growth, it is alarming now. What Renuka has already highlighted. If we become the highest populated country, which was about to happen, but it is happening much more than anticipated period. So it is very dangerous sign, because as such, in times to come, jobs will be less. Then there are other issues. Land is same. We cannot have more people on the similar piece of land. And then different social issues which are rising, and population growth in any way will have less advantages and more disadvantages, because it has to be in a proportion. Our country has really failed to manage population growth. China controlled, and now they could leverage it. They could open up the two child policy. They had their own issues, but we are always living in that glory that we have more manpower and more labor force, more youth. But then it has got some other side of the coin also. Today, unrest in society because of non-availability of job. Jobs will be same only. Youth are increasing. In last 70-75 years, our population has gone uh, exponentially high. We are growing more than what the desired rate is. There are already some countries which are with negative growth. Some European countries, Japan, they have got negative growth. Within India, some religions are having negative growth. Maybe Parsi, Jain, these communities are not growing. But then we as a nation need to really think seriously about it, because on one hand we want to be a powerful nation, we want to be a prosperous nation, developed nation, technologically sound nation, challenging the world that we are the superpower. Then population is a bigger factor. Unless it is controlled in a systematic way, all other aspirations will be affected. You take it to a small family norm. When the family grows, the needs, if you have that kind of income, then it is okay. But your income is not increasing and your family size is increasing, the family will suffer. Something like that at a national level. Okay, good. Renuka, mm, Subodh and Praneet, you want to speak?
Yes, sir.
Okay. uh, Subodh, you can be last. Generally you are first. Praneet.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Renuka, keep time.
Yes, sir.
May I speak?
You can start.
Uh, Good evening, everyone. Today's lecture topic is online education. As we all know that we have passed through online education in Corona year. We have all experienced how is online education going on. Now, since we are also uh, dealing the lecture topics through online education, it is also a very important type of education, because in next previous years or next generation, this online education will be very helpful uh, to improve the system of education. It will also impact. It has all the impacts that are negative and positive impacts. It have many uh, positive impacts, like we can adapt new type of education and learn better than visually and more effectively. And it reduces the time of traveling uh, of from place to place, like from home to school or colleges. uh, but it also has negative effects, like a child or a student who is learning through online education can also use the mobiles or laptops negatively. He can tell to his parents that he is learning, but he is not quite interested in learning and or listening to the class, and he can use social medias or indulge in gamings or any other addiction. So these are also the main factors which affect online education. But a person can only use online education betterly who is very smart in using mobile phone. Has The topic has arrived how the smartphones should be used, the pros and cons, and it should be the online education should also be preferred lot, because like I am in a place where I can't reach to the place where offline sessions are held by sir. So for me, online education is best if I use it properly and correctly. Uh, by this
Thirty
by
seconds.
this example, I can conclude that uh, online education should also be preferred, as many parents don't prefer it because they prefer offline education is more effective than online education. But I conclude that online education also should be preferred and given importance in the future generation. Thanks.
Time up.
Okay, good, Praneet. Online education. Praneet has spoken in a simple language corresponding to his age. This is a beautiful phenomena now, online education. Before Corona, just a decade was there when smartphones were invented and it was in hands of public. Parents were worried. Generally, a kid was not getting mobile in hand, smartphone, before 12th. This was a general trend in middle class. Maybe some parents, very, very few parents, were allowing mobile phone owned by kids before 12th. Very few. But then COVID came and this phone was handed over. And that was a situation where parents were asking, teachers were asking kids, sit on laptop, sit on mobile, be on screen, have your class. Maybe it is a testing time as a mankind. We as a human being, this is a testing phase because everyone is now having mobile. It started through COVID that you are getting exposure too early. There are some kids who are in 11th and they already had mobile in ninth, 2 year back, which otherwise they would have got after 12th. Easy access or owning a mobile. So this phase probably nature is beautiful. It always tests us from good and bad point of view. This will have a very long impact in our society. Now is the time when this mobile or online education, laptop, when we say online education, it is now generally easy to carry tab and mobile and laptop. So online education, is it restricted to kids? No. Even a person at senior age who is doing PhD, his mentor or her mentor can be in Britain, can be sitting in US in one of the finest university. So this has given a easy access, connectivity, mentorship, or empowerment. Today we saw news someone from a remotest place just because of online education availability could clear a big exam. Otherwise, there was no teacher around that person. It is cheap comparatively cost wise. It is just an internet bill. There are many things free on YouTube and other platforms. There are many newspapers and magazines you can have access. There are many pluses, but there are problems about the side effects. And then it is in simple layman's term, a nuclear energy can be used for good and bad reasons. So on similar scale, this online connectivity or an access is resulting. It will come to that stage where it will be really to the bad effects will be of that magnitude because next 9/11 will be on cyber platform that is online. So it's like last 9/11 which happened, nobody thought that some flying object will hit the building deliberately. So online platform for education, for businesses, for commerce, for trading, for everything is now going to shock whole world because of some nonsense. Okay, last speaker, Subodh.
Yes, sir.
Praneet, can you keep time?
Yes, sir. You can start.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so today's my lecture topic is Internet, a boon or a curse. So, if talking from the historical point of view, so in previous times, king used to send their spies or their men, we can say it as Sipai, to to send their messages from one place to another. Because in previous times the fastest connectivity will be there within 3 or 2 days. But with the help of the internet, we are now easily accessible to many things. With the help of the internet, now connectivity improved and enhanced. If I talk about the 1980s and 1990s, 2000s, soldiers used to send the letters to their family members, and they have to wait for almost 10 to 15 days for their for their letter to come back. But it is not. But it is not so. If I talk about the 21st century, if I talk about the 2022, when the advent of mobile smartphone Android phones came into being in 2014, from 2014, so it is completely changed because the companies are providing mobile phones with the with the improvement, or with the, we can say it as, with the help of the internet, the uses of mobile phone will the uses of mobile phone increase. So if I talk about the boon, internet is, first of all, I will talk about the advantage of the internet, that is boon. So first of all, internet can be used in many things. First of all, it will be used in preparing for the online examinations, because online examination has become a very big platform. And giving example like Unacademy, GradeUp, Byju's, these all platforms are providing a very great amount of uh, we can say it as a great amount of um, uh, means subjects or teaching subjects in a very beautiful way. So this is happening. And the second most important thing is that we can buy online. We can also purchase online things. We can book restaurants, hotels. We can also book our seats in cinema halls. Then the third thing, medical. We can also buy the online grocery stores were there on the internet. With the help of the internet, we are easily accessible to them. Then from the developing point of view, internet is also using in the agriculture sectors. Farmers are getting known to the initiatives for the schemes which is released by the government of India and all over the world. Then then other important thing is that internet is used by the military or personals uh, to have a close watch on the spy agents or the other spy agents who are infiltrating into the Indian cyber warfare. Then if I elaborate on further if I elaborate on the internet, so online education is the one of the best uses of the internet, because we know that in the COVID scenario, online education has played a very important role. Now, if I talk about the curses, so curses are many. First of all, warfare, then terrorism. Then the terrorists, they are using the internet to attack on the other countries. Just like if I give example, Russia attacked the USA's pipeline, then China attacked the Mumbai's power grid. So these kinds of attacks were happening, and it is not new, because with the help of the internet, it is easily get. Then the second most important thing is that parents are giving mobile phones to their children, and it is also affecting the relationships. And so lastly, I want to conclude that, and according to my opinion, internet is a boon as well as curse, but it is depend on us that how we can use. If we can use it in a very systematic way, so definitely it will develop our nation and our society. But if we use it in a very bad way, so definitely it will impact our relationships, it will impact our growth, and it will impact our studies also. Thank you.
Okay, internet is an oxygen, akin to oxygen for today's generation, future generations. You see, Twitter cost of selling was how much Elon Musk was ready to pay. If I'm not wrong, $44 billion. There are many countries who are not having this economy size as a country. So if you take such kind of statistics within no time, a data based company, what is Twitter, what is Facebook, what is WhatsApp, these companies are biggest companies today. The employees are getting paid, even the participants who are now involved and contributing, advertise platform and everything. Such a biggest growth these things are given courtesy what? Internet got its origin sometime back in US Air Force, where it was military invention for the military purpose, and then it came to civil street, and now it is something like oxygen. We can't survive because of if it is not there. So that is the importance. But the nature's beauty is when it gives you good, it has got the other side also, and there we get trapped. Okay, Subodh, good. These are all topics today. We discuss many topics. Anyone, anything to ask. My only expectation is with every practice, you all must grow. You all must be more knowledgeable. You all must be more satisfied with yourself. You all must have that vision intact. You are becoming something in life. Little satisfied to yourself and feeling like growing. Okay, we are growing. Okay. Anyone? Anything to ask?
Sir, please check my message in
Okay.
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Okay. So should I cover it now or just a moment? Okay, then I will connect one to one. Sanjini.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else?
Sir, how was my performance for today?
Good, Praneet. Be little loud. Your content was good, but how you organized your content today? How you referred? Whether it was notes, points, or you were reading?
Sir, no, sir. I had first I had a topic of social media, sir. But I got that someone is interrelated. Someone's topic is interrelated, so I changed the topic, sir.
Okay. This spontaneity has to come. Good. You are on a right track. Even Kartik spoke good. You all are new. Kartik, Praneet, Jay. Jay, I pointed out because now we have to grow. Okay, Jay?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Okay, Renuka, good. After a long time. Renuka, all well?
Thank you, sir.
All well?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we have to make it
Yes, sir.
that way only. Yes, all is well. Okay. Okay,
Yes,
we will
sir,
end
definitely.
here. Have a good time. Be happy. Keep smiling. Bye. Jai Hind.
Thanks, sir.
Bye, sir. Jai Hind, sir.
Saying